Lesson 314, exact values of reciprocal trig functions. So this is going to be using cosecant, secant, and cotangent. We're still going to draw the angle and find the exact value. Know that we have to have a rational denominator, meaning no radicals or irrational numbers in the bottom of the fraction. First, we've got cotangent of 270. 270 would be right here. And so if I think about the ordered pair here, that's 0, -1. And remember that tangent is y over x. So cotangent is going to be x over y. I've got it right here in the table. So my x value is 0 and my y is 1. And so that divides to make 0. You could also just do normal tangent, where this is -1 over 0. That's undefined. The reciprocal of undefined is 0. It's just like when we have vertical lines and horizontal lines being perpendicular or reciprocals of each other, they are opposites. Number 2 is secant of 0. So that's here at 0 degrees. And then this point would be 1, 0. Secant goes with cosine. So remember that cosine of an angle is going to be the x. This is going to be 1 over x. So I can plug in 1 over 1 and get 1. Or I could just think of cosine of 0 is 1. 1 can't be flipped, it's still 1. Number 3 is cosecant of 0. This is still the point, 1, 0. That goes with sine. Sine is normally the y. So cosecant is going to be 1 over y. Well, y is 0, and that's a problem. 0 can never be in the denominator. That means it's undefined. So again, thinking of sine of 0 being 0, the reciprocal of 0 is being undefined because 0 becomes the denominator. All right, number 4 is cotangent of 30. 30 is about right here. So here's our 30-degree triangle. This is 1/2, and this is square root of 3 over 2. So that's my x, that's my y. Cotangent, we'll go ahead and cheat up here. So tangent of 30, if you can see it, tangent of 30 is square root of 3 over 3. But then cotangent means I'm going to have 3 over square roots of 3. But I can't keep that in the denominator, so I rationalize. That becomes 3 square roots of 3 over 3 times 3 is 9. Square root of 9 is 3, and they cancel. So really it equals square root of 3. So you should notice that we've used that before. These are reciprocals of each other. So if normally you had tangent as this, then cotangent is going to be this. If you had this, the reciprocal is going to be square root of 3 over 3. Cosecant of 45. It's right here. So that means these legs are equal. They're my square root of 2 over 2. But cosecant is going to go with sine, so it's going to be 1 over y. So 1 divided by square root of 2 over 2. Which means I multiply by the reciprocal, 2 over square root of 2, which becomes 2 over square root of 2. It just flipped. Then I have to multiply by the radical. I get 2 square roots of 2 over square root of 4, which is 2. So it really becomes just square root of 2. So when you see a square root of 2 over 2, the reciprocal is going to be just radical 2. Hopefully you'll get to where you just know those. Okay, number 6 is secant of 30. So this is my 1/2. This is my square root of 3 over 2. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine, which is x. So it's 1 over x. So x is my square root of 3 over 2. And then I'm going to have to flip it, so then that becomes 2 over square root of 3, and then multiply by the radical. which gets me 2 square roots of 3 over 3. And everything's positive because we've been in quadrant 1. Okay, then we get to cosecant of 150. That would be a 30-degree reference angle. So that's 1/2, and that's square root of 3 over 2. Cosecant is the opposite of sine, so that's 1 over y. Y is my height of the triangle, which is 1/2. 1 divided by 1/2 means I reciprocate that, so it's really 1 times 2, which is 2. And it's positive because I'm going up in quadrant 2. Cotangent of 240. 240 would be my 60-degree reference angle, because I'm 60 degrees past a 180. And so this would be my 30, so that means this is my short leg, this is my longer leg. Cotangent is going to be not y over x, but x divided by y. So you're taking x, which is actually a negative 1/2, divided by y, which is negative square root of 3 over 2. But I'm going to flip, and change the multiplication, which the 2's can go on and cancel out. So negative times a negative is a positive. 1 over square root of 3, I rationalize, and that becomes square root of 3 over 3. So I'm back to seeing, okay, tangent of a 60 is this. Oh, can't see it. Tangent of a 60 is this. Well, I already said that the reciprocal is actually going to be square root of 3 over 3 when you get it out of the denominator. Last one, secant of 120. That's also a 60. Because this is my 180. Minus 60 would put me there at 120. This is my short leg, and it would be negative. This is my longer leg. So that would be a secant of a 60. That would be 1 over x, and x is my negative 1/2. So I'd multiply by the reciprocal, which is negative 2. 1 times negative 2 would be negative 2. And again, I could go up here and say, okay, cosine of a 60. Cosine of a 60 is a 1/2. Flipping that is 2. Knowing when cosine is in quadrant 2, it gets a negative.